and pretty much your attorney negotiates a contract, right? Yeah. So my role was just be a road manager for the most part. Yeah. But I was also in college, and I had a lot of motion in college. Like, so when you look at how he took off and this connection with, HBCUs and all of that, I was moving around and it was like, oh, that's his brother. He a Kappa. So a lot of people rocked with that on campuses from, because I was always on the road. So I think Boosie got a lot of love from schools because of my relationship with the Greeks and stuff like that. Yeah. I saw it at the time.
No, I want to ask you, did you have met Pimp C? You know what I'm saying?
No, I never met Pimp C. But I did. Rest in peace, brother Hashim. Hashim was Pimp's security, and he ended up being Boosie's security for a very long time. Hashim was a member of the Nation of Islam, and that's why when I'm sorry, not the Nation of Islam, Black Panther Party. Yeah. So that's why when Boosie came home, he had so many Black Panthers as his security or whatever. And Hashim told me a lot of stories about kind of like that relationship and how because that's how he got there. Yeah, I never met Pimp.
All right. Boosie just did that rant about him, about the Rodwave, like using his lyrics. Like, what's your take on that?
I would say, the right thing to do is to stay out of court. When you're a rapper, the best thing to do is always keep the people out your business. When that's just, I don't see how people don't see that. Like, if you've been in and out of court, in and out of jail, the last thing you want to do is fucking go in the courts and put the people in your business, right? So that's the first thing. A call to Rodwave to say, hey man, I need this. I need 25K. Make sure y'all credit me and a couple points off the record. That is how you do it. Yeah. Yes, Rodwave, it's up to Rodwave to he's supposed to reach out to anybody he uses a sample of. After him, his A&R, that's the A&R's job to be like, oh, I heard that before. Hey, who that is, Rod? Oh, that's from a Boosie song. And the A&R is not supposed to let that shit fly. He's supposed to reach out to Boosie. Hey man, we got a song we think about putting on the album. We want to get it cleared. I'm gonna send you a snippet of it. It's basically the whole hook. We see that you own 25%, you're 25% rights holder of that song. We want to offer 25K plus 2 points on the song. Where should I have our attorney send this, the agreement to? That's what should have happened from the A&R's spot. But since it didn't, it shouldn't be a going to court thing because it ain't that much money in question. It's not a single, okay? It's not a Rodwave single. Yes, Rodwave album has performed well, but this isn't a $500,000 settlement. Like, this is not a $500,000 money grab, $1 million money grab. What we're talking about might be at the most 100K. Might be at the most 100K in damages. Maybe. But it's going to take a long time to settle. And your attorney going to be about 60K. If it take a couple years, it don't make no sense. When you can just say, hey, bruh, I heard the song. This what I need. Especially when you do the same thing. Don't sue people for the same shit that you do people.
Yeah.
Don't sue people for the same shit that you do people. We can nitpick damn near every artist. Like, bro, you do that. Every artist do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, if it does it infringe on Boosie's right? Absolutely. I think so. He used the whole verse. So it does infringe on his rights, but you only own 25% of that song, Boosie. Like, that ain't a lot of money. So, and that hook is probably what, 30% of that song. So basically what you're owed is 30% possibly of us one song on an album that had I don't even know how many songs. Then you break it down again with you only 30% of that song, 25% of the song in question that was sampled. It's like it's not as much as I think that the narrative that Boosie says in his lives to the people, like, oh, they taking so much money out of. Bro, this is not a big money thing, man. This is some small shit to bosses like you and Rodwave. You feel me? That lawyers should not be involved in. That is my take on it. And I'm just like, I just sit back and I'm just like, again, here's another situation for Boosie to just hit somebody on the line and tell them what the problem is and tell them what he need versus going to court. I say this, you never think that because this is the business that we in, bruh, we all can have better business practices coming from where we come from. All of us, no matter what you're doing in entertainment, there's always an opportunity to improve your business practices and do things different. Okay? That's especially true in all of this shit that's going on between Boosie and myself. This is supposed to be family business. Running more like family business than like a true business. And even with Bleu. So yes, we could do there's different business practices that moving forward, they're going to do completely different. But I would say this, I never thought that Boosie especially would be trying to throw dirt using like small little paperwork shit. I never thought that, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be signing shit if I never thought like nigga would be doing whole shit like he doing. I never would. It's like, bro, that's like, man, nigga tell you, man, it's a bunch of analogies I can use, but it's just simple. The stuff that he's using is weak, and he ain't got to do it like that, bro. He ain't got to do it like that.
Ask you a question. So, with what you did with Bleu, why do you think he went swayed to go more towards finding like hit making artists instead of like investing in so many more street artists? Because it seemed like you had found like the, you know what I'm saying, like the recipe for success. So why wouldn't he go just toward that route more? Because you can.
No.
I made one Bleu.
Well, see, this is the thing. What I do is a talent. Having an ear for music
exactly.
and having an understanding of marketing, what's marketable, having an understanding of why certain people have success or certain products, services, companies have success is a skill. The ear is a talent. Boosie does not have that. Boosie does not have that. And I can tell you why he don't have it. He don't have an ear. Boosie has tried to sign a diverse shit. Boosie
Yeah, I
has
see, but-
multiple types
Yeah,
of artists,
putting out hit, make-
but he does not know. He does not have the talent of knowing who to sign.
Okay.
That's just what it is. And I think a big part of this, and this is from me knowing who he is Boosie does not listen to a lot of different music. And a lot of great artists don't. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of great artists don't, but when you see an artist that's stuck, a lot of times because they don't listen to a lot of, like Boosie don't listen to he don't go too far out. He might find a song from another genre and he'll run that bitch back. Matter of fact, one of the things I always remember with him and Webby being on the road with them niggas will listen to the same song over and over, like the whole run that bitch back. I'm like, man, oh my God. But that's kind of like, in order to have an ear, you have to love a lot of music. You got to really love music, you know what I'm saying? And that puts you in a better place to understand what's special.
Yeah.
What's special. Yeah. Because we're in a there's so much technology that everybody can sound as good as Lil Baby. I hear it all the fucking time. I hear it. I understand why this nigga think he should make music. And that's because it sounds just as good as something that's popular or successful. I get that. When they send it to me, I get it. But that won't make me want to work with them just because they sound as good as. I know that there's so many other factors that come into play to be able to be successful. So that's the difference between, Boosie and myself. Another thing is, and it's the reason I say never sign to a rapper, is a rapper is still all rappers are always trying to stay above water. And you have to ask yourself, would they be comfortable with you surpassing them? And the more I learn about real situations, what really happened in a number of different artist to artist relationships, and I'm starting to realize that, man, most of these artists are understandably selfish to where they don't want to give up their spot. And that you can't be that way when you have to have a successful label. You cannot be that way because you have to invest. You have to sacrifice your spot. You have to sacrifice your spot. You have to because in order for somebody to pop, they have to get fans from somebody else. Somebody has to stop listening to you. Somebody has to stop listening to Young Boy as much as they used to start listening to whoever the next Young Boy is, right? So when you're introducing them as a artist / CEO of a label, you have to be comfortable with some of your fans stop listening to you a little bit and becoming bigger fans of them. And what I'm learning is there comes a time where if it's happening, a lot of these artists feel some type of way. And you've heard it. I mean, we're talking about the history of hip hop.
It's blood sport too, though. So it's another standpoint from the artist side. They hold kill, and it's hard to get out of that because your whole life has been kill.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so I get the other side of that. But what you're saying is right. If it's about money and finances, you should be ready to give some of your fans away because you're gonna get it back on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. You gotta. Every label owner is not a businessman. And I think Boosie is the ultimate hustler. He's the ultimate hustler. He's a shitty businessman. He's an ultimate hustler. But the thing about hustling is you always got to go.
Yeah.
You always got to go.
Yeah.
A businessman has long vision. And that's the to run a label, you have to have long vision. You got to have long vision. Like even this is entertainment business. Like even Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry had long vision. Like I'm building a catalog. I'm dropping, like if you look at if we go back to Master P. Fuck holding on to just one Bleu, right? Like we're going to drop. I need multiple artists doing well. I need multiple of their albums doing well. Like, because the long vision of a label owner is to build your label's catalog. You feel me? So, yeah, we find a label partner in an Empire, whoever, bam, 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 to Bleu goes up, okay? We get a percentage off of as much as we can because we didn't spend the money. We get a percentage off of that. But then we using the clout, we using the resources, we using the relationships. We just did good business with him. Now we're going to get a bigger chunk for whoever Bleu number 2 coming behind him. Right? That's how it's supposed to be. That's what it was supposed to be. That's why I'm like, okay, yeah, I hate to make this non-exclusive, but I don't have the money to put up what he want. And even if I did, I'm not even sure if Boosie gonna be okay with me getting a bigger chunk for me putting up bigger money. We're gonna have to make this non-exclusive so somebody else could take him out, and then we're gonna eat off that, and then from that relationship with Empire, we're going to do a big deal with Empire, and then we're going to push some more people. That is where I'm thinking.
And I'm not trying to cut you off. Did you speak to him about that in this way that you're saying right now? Like, because it don't seem like he, just like you said, had a short term.
I spoke to him, yes. Mm-hmm. There's been multiple times where I've been there. Y'all, you see, there's always people at the house, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, hey man, let me run it to you. This is what we got to do. This to play, bam, bam, bam. But it's so much going on. It might be in one ear and out the other. And but as far as having an understanding, it ain't about that. It's about he's a hustler, and that don't excite him. Long-term shit don't excite him. Just like we have a deal in place to make money as is, this thing he's saying that I signed was a restructure.